Alright, From fans, we're exploring into some more of the seriously mind-bending theories about those creepy kids, the blood rituals, the bottle tree numbers, and how is it all connected. We're seeing something ancient because we're about to expose the dark truth behind all of these mysteries. And it's question from being premiere, and let's begin. So let's start with the curse of the children, because it's way more complex than we first thought. Remember how these kids keep showing up at a specific moments, chanting Anghkooey? Well, I think we're finally seeing the bigger picture. So first, let's connect some dots. Miranda saw the children in her visions and painted them. Tavis has been seeing them back in the caves and has seen the town since she was a kid in her nightmares. Victor survived because he hid in that root cellar while his mom was trying to save the children. And now they're showing out to both Tabitha and Jade, always chanting the same word, Anghkooey. These kids might be trapped souls, victims of whatever ritual created Fromville in the first place. So think about it, they appear in the tunnels where the monsters sleep, and also they seem to be drawn to certain people. Now we're seeing this connection to blood, the pilgrim drinking from a skull that Jade saw, Fatima's craving for blood, the monster's violence, even the logo that Jade sees was covered in blood. So yes, it's all tied to some kind of blood ritual. What if the children are not just victims, but they are also the key to understanding how Fromville maintains its power? Maybe that's why they keep appearing to people who might be able to help them. Picture this, it all started with those first settlers, the pilgrims that we see in the caves. And I'm connecting this because of the paintings of Miranda. They arrived by boat, probably looking for a new beginning, a fresh start. But what they found instead was something much darker. Those cabins and logs, they're not just random builds at a civilization in this cursed place. But here's where it gets really intriguing. Enter our big bad, this nightmare entity that's been pulling the strings all along. 7 stones, 7 children. That's not a coincidence. This thing offered them something big, but the price, a blood sacrifice. Those 7 children were probably the first victims, their sacrifice creating the foundation of the curse. So this is a theory, but I would love to see that this was the beginning of it. Now think about it, that pilgrim Jade saw drinking blood from a skull, that's not just random horror imagery, it's a memory, maybe an echo of that original ritual. The entity didn't just take those kids, it created a whole system of blood and sacrifice that's still running today. They're like the blueprint of how this curse was built. I mean, think about it, we see a lot of 333, so it's the past, present, and future. Body, mind, spirit, even the sun, moon, night, and father, mother, children, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It connects to different themes in the show. And this entity got some serious power. It controls everything. The music box that tortured Julie Randall Marielle, the radio signals, even electricity. It also knows when new victims are coming. Like it knew about Tabitha's arrival before anyone else. Remember that phone call to Ethan about his mom being in that ambulance. But the kicker, Miranda saw all of these visions. The pilgrim, the man in the yellow suit, the children. She was painting the town origin story without even knowing it. And now Tabitha's remembering these visions. It's like the town history is trying to reveal itself through these reincarnated souls. So we're finally seeing the true reality of how Fromville became the nightmare we know today. And more importantly, if we understand how the curse began, can we figure out how to end it? The pilgrims that we see in the caves, they arrived by this boat, and I imagine they were seeking some sanctuary. When they arrived, they found something that could haunt generations to come, like we see until this point. These logs that we see, they tell us a story. This is not just a settlement, but it also is like a protector of whatever entity or monster live in this town. The question that you may have, okay, but how are they selected? Well, the map is not a coincidence. We have Tabitha with 7, Christopher 11, Jade 4, Miranda 7, Boyd even 4. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe the chosen ones are selected in 4 and 7 letter names, which makes me think Boyd is also part of this reincarnation theory, but there's no proof for him yet. But let me show you how deep this goes. That pilgrim Jade saw drinking from a skull, we can trace the exact ritual throughout the show's history. It's all connected, in my opinion, to maybe the first terrible sacrifice. So what is the entity influence? Well, we have seen it firsthand, again with the music box. And how 7 connects to this? Well, the curse gets even creepier. We have seen it pointing to this dark ritual, the 7 stones, And I feel that this is not just random. It's like the fingerprint of Fromville's curse. Look at the evidence. So Jade sees the 7 stone in those tunnels, and even Miranda painted this. Tabitha's searching now for 3 stones in the forest, and let's not forget 7 children taken in the original ritual. What if this ritual is not just part of Fromville's curse? What if this is the engine that keep it running, cycle after cycle? That brings us to the next part of the cycle, which is Fatima's situation. So no baby on the ultrasound, but she's craving blood. The lady in the kimono showing up in that image, there's no thing as coincidence. What if this entity is using Fatima to continue the ritual, to bring something else into the Fromville, something that needs blood to grow? Remember, the ritual, the number 7, the blood, it's all connected to the sacrifice. And now with Fatima's pregnancy, with Jade discovering this ritual sites, are we watching the beginning of another cycle? Or could this be the chance to finally break it? But here's what makes this cycle different. In the past, the souls were isolated. Miranda painted her visions, but died before understanding them. Christopher saw the symbol, but lost his mind. Each attempt to break the curse failed because the souls were fighting alone. Now they're starting to work together in a way to share what they know. Jade research is connecting to Tabitha's memories, which connect to Victor's past with the boy in white. The town's been playing this game for centuries, keeping the souls separate, making them forget. But something is different this time. Already we can see the unique about this cycle. Tabitha didn't just escape, she came back with knowledge from the outside world. And Victor, well, his father rival is forcing him to face memories he's buried for decades. It's like the town perfect storm of revelation. Not a coincidence episode 9 and 10 are titled Revelations. The thing about theories is that thing that breaks it or just doesn't make sense. About this theory, its a physical layout, defies all logic. That's exactly why it's so terrifying. Seemingly random structures, a motel pool with no motel, colony house standing alone like some Victorian fever dream, and buildings that shouldn't exist together in the same time period. But here's what makes this twisted town so significant. Each building seems to be chosen for a specific purpose. The diner, the church, the clinic, they're all pieces of different eras, different Americas, thrown together like some nightmare collage. Even Henry noticed it when he says about the motel sign with no motel. It's like the town is building itself from stolen pieces of reality, creating this prison that traps its victims. Think about the tunnels. They're not just random case systems, they're organized. Now, moving into the final part of this theory, and this is not my theory, someone posted it in one of my comments, so it's a what the heck moment, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. So let's break it down. So again, this is not my theory, but I find it interesting. The idea goes like this: each number could be a musical note, almost like a hidden melody that could unlock something important. This theory got legs because we have seen Jade and Victor connected to music, especially with the violin. If we take each number and map it to a note, 1 equals C, 2 equals D, etc., we can get a melody, a possible hidden message encoded in sound. So yeah, that's really interesting. It aligns with moments where music has been significant, like when Victor asked Jade to play the song, as well as the radio that plays tunes connected to the town's mood or events. The possibilities are endless, but if the numbers truly map into a hidden melody, it could mean that the answers lie not just in solving puzzles, but playing them. Again, thanks to this guy for sharing this theory. It's really interesting, and thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Christian from Being Premiere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone.